taken care of. So it's basically like with all these different applications that we're using here all around us, everything here works on that system. And if you don't understand how to build a system, then you can't really build a functional application. It's going to crash on day one. So you need to understand systems first before you can actually start building an application, because you can't just like go into ChatGPT and and just try want to building some random app. Like it's going to fail because like you're just not giving it the proper system on what to do. So I just wanted to like, it's kind of like a correlation. So I just wanted to like kind of react to this video here with y'all, and well, I shouldn't say react, but like, you know, just discuss it with y'all, and you know, we can have a conversation about this here. So let me just play this real quick.
Vibe coding was supposed to be the democratization of vibe coding was supposed to be.
Yeah, I don't know why it's automatically. That's so dumb. But anyway, let's go. So the name of this video is vibe coding has failed developers. So let's see what he means by vibe coding has failed developers. I mean, for me, certainly, I don't think it has failed me. I mean, if you're someone that has the intelligence of, you know, actually like, you know, asking ChatGPT or Claude or Google Gemini or DeepSeek, like or Grok, like if you have the common sense to ask, well, you know, explain this line of code for me and what it does, I mean, you wouldn't really be lost, you know. But I mean, sometimes as well, ChatGPT does make mistakes as well. So I mean, I could understand, you know, where you may not even take what the AI is saying seriously, because you know it can make mistakes as well. So, and I know some of you may not have access to professional. I mean, I myself may not have access to like top, you know, Google developers, Microsoft developers, you know, Windows developers. But you know, like as I did, like you if you just do a little bit of research, I'm sure you can figure out if a code is wrong or if a code is wrong, you know. So that's kind of like my 2 cents on it. Like if you're just, you know, going into ChatGPT and it's telling you, you know, build this website for me, or build this application for me, or build that for me, and like, you know, if the AI doesn't respond with you with the correlated idea that you have formed in your head, I mean, you can't really blame the AI for it. I mean, that is on you, because you're not knowledgeable enough to explain to exactly what you want. I mean, obviously, yes, ChatGPT would have the knowledge of coding, but it still needs that like you still have to basically put together. It's like basically like a wall, right? Like you need bricks, you need like cement, you need, you know, water to like obviously mix all the cement and all that kind of stuff. So like you like ChatGPT has the bricks, it has, you know, the cement, the sand, the water, it has all those things, but you just know how to come in and be like the constructor worker in order to now build that wall that you have set up for yourself or for a client, you know. So let's you know, just kind of get into this video real quick. I hope that what I said it makes sense, because I said a lot of people just think that they can just go into ChatGPT and say, you know, hey ChatGPT, look, hey man, I'm like tired of working at a job. Hey, let's build an application for me so that where I don't have to work at a job anymore. Like it doesn't work like that. Like sorry, like you need to still know a very like you just need to know something like the basic level of coding in really to understand. And you know, it's really like you have to understand systems, and that's the biggest thing. Is a lot of people, they don't understand the system of things, you know. Like a web application, there's a system behind it. Like if I like for instance like Microsoft or Google or even like Grok or Twitter or whatever, like all these applications have a system in place in it. So it's not like this to say that, you know, it's just going to like produce whatever results you will like with it not like just thinking like, oh sorry, yeah, it's not going to produce a result to you without it not going through a system. Like it's like basically like with ones and zeros, right? Like, you know how a computer, like it only reads things from zeros to ones. So that's like the system that a computer would have, and that's how the system when it comes to like well, for us in Trinidad, we have something called WASA, which is like our or like water and plantation, or sorry, water and sewage plantation, right? So you know, they obviously have a system in place in order to, you know, make sure that the water is flowing properly, the sewage and stuff is recycled and, you know, taken care of. So it's basically like with all these different applications that we're using here all around us, everything here works on that system. And if you don't understand how to build a system, then you can't really build a functional application. It's going to crash on day one. So you need to understand systems first before you can actually start building an application, because you can't just like go into ChatGPT instead and just try want to building some random app. Like it's going to fail, because like you're just not giving it the proper system on what to do. So so sorry that, you know, what happened. Yeah, I mean, I just kind of had to get it off my mind real quick, off my chest real quick, because like a lot of people make vibe coding look bad when it's really not bad, only until you understand exactly what you're doing. anyway. So let's get into it quick.
Vibe coding was supposed to be the democratization of software. Anyone with an idea and a pulse could ship a product without knowing how to actually program. And on the surface, that sounds incredible. More builders.
You see, I mean, Brad, I literally didn't watch this. Oh, bro, wait, 10 seconds. I literally didn't watch this video. I literally what I said, bro. In a nutshell, basically, why I just said in my monologue like 5 minutes ago. Like, bro, a lot of y'all are just, I don't mean people in the chat here, but a lot of people like they're just thinking that they could just go in the chat, retype or whatever manners and thinking that y'all can like y'all just get this perfect app. Like you need to understand. Like you just need to understand the basic of the basic. Like some of you even self might have the code, but need to know where to put the code. Like you hear me? Like so please, man. Like have some level. Do research, man. Don't be lazy, man. Like this Gen Z. Like we need to do better than Gen Z, man. Please do some research, man. Come on, guys.
Product without knowing how to actually program. And on the surface, that sounds incredible. More builders, more products, more innovation, but we're deep into this experiment now and the results are in. And they are not good. Not for the industry, not for junior developers, and especially not for the people who thought vibe coding was their shortcut to a six-figure career. Let me be clear about what vibe coding actually is in practice. It's not AI-assisted development. Real AI-assisted development is a senior engineer using AI to multiply output. Vibe coding is someone who doesn't understand what the code does, asking AI to write it, not understanding what it wrote, and asking AI to fix the thing it just broke. That's not development. That's being a middleman between a prompt box and a
that is very true, man. That is very true. Like as I said, you have to understand the system first. Like you can't just like you can't just vibe code an application. Like you really need to understand what is going on, because like you run into bugs when building an application, and like you're thinking that why AI isn't solving it, why it isn't doing that. Even if you like have like the paid version as well too, like it's like with the paid version it's still be able to understand a bit better because you may unlock more parameters with it, but like you still need to understand what the hell is going on. If you don't understand what the hell is going on, then it's like a destination to feel like, and then you're just going to like you're just gonna like end up quitting the project and be like, this sucks and I don't know what to do. So you need to really understand what you're coding before like sorry, you need to really understand what you want to build, understand the code before you actually start to build something,
asking AI to fix the thing it just broke. That's not development. That's being a middleman between a prompt box and a broken product. And the market finally figured it out. Here's the first failure. A 2024 Get Clear report analyzed over 150 million lines of code and found that code churn, meaning code written and then rewritten or deleted shortly after, increased by 39% as AI coding tools became mainstream. That's not productivity. That's the exact pattern you'd expect when people are generating code they don't understand, shipping it, watching it break, and generating more code to fix it. The output looks impressive until you look at what actually survives. The second failure is what it's doing to junior developers specifically. Stack Overflow's 2024 developer survey found that while AI tool adoption is almost universal, developer satisfaction with AI-generated code quality has actually been declining. Hiring managers are now explicitly filtering portfolios that look AI-generated, not because they're anti-AI, but because they can't determine if the candidate understands anything. A portfolio of
so meaning that like you basically need to spend a good bit of time understanding coding before like you just get into like I said, I'm not trying to say that look, I am like some professional coder, because I myself I'm still learning and trying to understand code, but it's like you can't like just try to build an application and like you don't understand it, but like that's literally just to feel like you truly need to sit down, understand what the code is doing, or even like just do some basic research on it, like and see what results it produce, and like just try to get it to build from there. Like I mean, and even so, always ask a professional too. Like I'm sure a professional could always help on that aspect as well, to like help with coding and those kind of things. So like as it just takes basic level of like research in order to understand like what is really going on. So
not because they're anti-AI, but because they can't determine if the candidate understands anything. A portfolio of projects you can't explain is worse than no portfolio because it raises more questions than it answers. Junior developers who spent the last year vibing through projects instead of learning are hitting the job market and getting absolutely cooked in technical interviews. The gap between what they think they can do and what they can actually demonstrate is enormous. The third failure is systemic. There are startups running in production right now with code bases nobody on the team actually understands. A study from Stanford in 2024 found that developers using AI assistants were significantly more likely to introduce security vulnerabilities when they didn't have strong underlying knowledge of the code being generated. AI wrote it, it works until it doesn't, and when it stops working, nobody knows where to start. Cleaning up vibe-coded projects
but that's a headache too as well, because security as well is something extremely important, because as I said, trying to like develop an application and like there's no security attached to it, bro, that just, bro, that is, man, you might as well just walk yourself out of it, man, because, bro, you're about to be cooked. You're like, your data is cooked, man. Like, you could get sued for especially like, like when you're capturing people's data and stuff like that. You can get cooked for that, man. So we have to be so careful when it comes to, coding, man.
Works
So,
until it doesn't, and when it stops
yeah,
working,
man.
nobody knows where to start. Cleaning up vibe-coded projects has become one of the most miserable experiences in software engineering. No structure, no patterns, no documentation, just vibes all the way down. Here's what actually happened. AI made experienced developers dramatically more productive and made inexperienced developers dramatically more confident without making them more capable. Those are completely different outcomes that got lumped into the same narrative. GitHub's own research showed that developers with stronger foundational skills saw the largest productivity gains from AI tools. The senior engineer using AI is building faster than ever because they understand what the AI produces and can steer it, correct it, and extend it. The vibe coder is producing things they can't maintain.
Yeah, that's basically what I said earlier with the analogy that, AI basically has like the bricks, the cement, the water, the sand, or whatever, to build the wall, but it still needs a construction worker in order to build that wall properly, so like it still needs the guidance, pretty much in order to build that product or that service that, you'd want to build. So
what the AI produces and can steer it, correct it, and extend it. The vibe coder is producing things they can't maintain, explain, or fix. Vibe coding didn't democratize software engineering. It created the illusion of it. The market is correcting that right now. The developers who survived the AI era are the ones who used AI as an accelerant on top of real knowledge, not as a substitute for it. The fundamentals matter more now than ever because everyone else is trying to skip them. And if you want to understand fundamentals, check out Code Crafters, the most starred education.
yeah, that's the idea of an odd day. But yeah, pretty much. So yeah, so that's what I really wanted to like, get into real quick, because I also wanted to show this here as well, because there was this person that well, I'll just read a few. I'm gonna kind of zoom up here a bit just to kind of like make it easier for you all to read and see it, right? So and it's not really gonna take too long with this, but it's basically also build upon this video right here. But it says that it took Rebecca you 7 days to survive code her dining app. She was tired of the decision. She was tired of the decision fatigue that comes from people in a group chat not being able to decide where to eat. So armed with determination, Claude and ChatGPT, you decided to just build a dining app from scratch, one that would recommend restaurants to her and her friends based on their shared interests. Once vibe coding apps emerged, I started hearing about people with no tech background successfully build their own apps. She told TechCrunch, when I had a week off before school, I started and I decided it was the perfect time to finally build my application. So she created a web app where to eat to help her and her friends find a place to eat, right? And basically, like, because I mean, if you all want to as well, I can like just put this in chat here for you all if you all want to kind of like read it on your own time in. But yeah, so pretty much that kinds of like build on what we were on the video that we were watching a bit earlier, and you can see that well, this person said that they were able to build a vibe coding. They were able to vibe code their way in order to build an app. So I mean, some may assume that this person here may have been able to they know a little bit of coding, so that's how it was able to build this application. Or maybe this application here was just very basic and didn't really require that much scalability, or it's just that like this person just really, or just like complete novice, just even I would disagree. I don't think that they were complete novice, because if she's still able to build, I mean, she still knew a bit, like she still knew Visual Studio Code, how to use a terminal, how to like when you see errors and bugs, or like how to like solve them. So so it's like a situation like this, obviously it is very rare to see someone like actually vibe code their way and was able to build an application. But so I'll put it like this, like a lot of people they're saying that AI truly is taking over the world, which I do agree as well. But I think that it's taking over the world for people that like already experience, like if you know coding, or if you already like know how to like be a mechanic, or how to be like a or like what do you call it, like a pilot. Like if you know these certain skills already, like you can like be able to tell AI, well look, but I kind of like want to take a rock from flying my plane. I will just let you as the AI, I'll give you my knowledge, my skills on what I've required for my past 20-25 years or whatever, and I will build the code, and then you now will be able to take over from me being like my co-pilot. Or even like as a developer now, like you want to build an app very quickly, and like you don't really have time to like sit down and really like type all this type of all, like you can just tell, you can just tell, ChatGPT or Claude that look, this I need this here, I need this coding here, and I make sure you need to use like O2 authentication, you use like what else, like you use like MVC, you use all these different kind of like models and controllers and all these kind of things, and you basically like put it together. And like I said, I'm not trying to say that I'm this perfect developer that knows everything, but like you truly like you still need to understand certain things, man. Like you can't just like go into like you can't just like want to go and build a project and like you don't understand what's going on. Like that's just, bro, that's crazy, bro. Like that's just like that is like you sending in a resume to a job and like you didn't read the job description. You just like I would just vibe my way through the job. Like, bro, like come on, man. Like bro, you're gonna get cooked. So yeah, man. So I just kind of like wanted to like touch on that real quick. Let me know like what's your thoughts as well on this. Like if you agree, if you disagree, like what's your thoughts and opinions on this? Like is vibe coding the new trend? Is vibe coding gonna last long? Are we are all our jobs gonna be wiped away from the market? Like let me know what is your thoughts on that. And